Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, we're going to be covering, well, you guys can see by the title, this is insane. Yes, it's real. I just can't believe this, and it means so much. And make sure this video gets 100 likes. That would be awesome, guys. Every single video recently, 100 likes at least. That's been amazing. Thank you guys so much. It helps a lot. And anyone new, hit the sub button if you guys aren't subbed. Thank you so much. On our way to 100K. Enjoy the video. Oh my god, they did it. Chayula's Flawless Breachstone. So they actually made the Uber Breachstone. So this means they're going to make an Uber Blight, Uber Simulacrum, Uber everything, right? Like that they said. Nice, dude. We actually get it this season. That's so sick because this gives us something new endgame, new hard, something to look forward to try to, you know, AFK, min-max. Chayula's Flawless, so pure's not the best anymore. What's the XP gonna be like? And look at the extra mods, random modifiers, extra reward types, pack size, 200% XP, 250% more monster life, and it's item level 84. And then it also had additional div, additional map, 50%, monsters ignite, monster phys to fire and poison, fire res. This is so weird. Penetrate chaos might be always there, I don't remember, but this is super sick, and obviously lets us look forward to also the Blight and the other couple other things that they're going to do. We know they're also shrinking the Atlas next season, so nice. And then stay tuned for the rest of the video where I talk about Flask and Ailment mitigation. It's a gigantic list, and then I have some other stuff, and all of this is by following their Twitter. I'm going to leave a link to the Path of Exile Twitter in the description below. I highly recommend following it, obviously, because they've actually been giving us teasers and leaks before the season starts this time, not like 2 days before with the patch notes, and tons of it missing. We're actually getting tons of how would you say, I guess, leaks, announcements. It's so sick. I love this. And then you can earn these wings by watching the live stream on October 14th, Thursday, October 14th, is the reveal live stream for Scourge League, where they're going to show us all the rest of the stuff, obviously. And it's really nice that they've been showing us some, so we can already get an idea. And then they're going to obviously do the normal reveal stream too. It's just additional stuff. This is bonus. And then we have Twitch drop for Dragonfly wings. So we can get these. These are super sick. 45 minutes of watching the stream. And I think you can even watch other people's streams that restream the stream. It's anyone streaming Path of Exile, probably, at the time between Thursday, October 14th, 3 p.m. EST to 9 p.m. EST, or noon PDT to 6 p.m. PDT. They also put out a div card, Disdain. No man sees all, but you'll see more than some see in a lifetime. Delirium Orb 505. That's pretty cool. We've been getting a lot of Delirium Orb ones, if you guys have noticed. We also got this div card, the Aspirant 505 item, elevated item, influence item. So it's elevated and influence. That elevated is Maven. This is really cool. Magic, though. So then you could use this for an Awaken Orb, which means a lot of items are just going to be cheaper. You could look for items next season that are elevated, and then you would expect them to be a Maven Orb price, but actually they're these div cards, and we have no idea what the drop rate is on the div card. Okay, now I want to get into like what I honestly, okay, so the best part is the Flawless Breachstone confirming the Uber stuff, right? That's so cool. And then the Flask and Ailment mitigation. So this is going into Ailment mitigation and Flask, and then it breaks it down into problem and solution, which I love. I want to go over each of these. I've already read everything. And then some of these spoilers are kind of cool, so I'll give you like a fair warning. Yeah, this is spoilers of the specific changes. I'm going to show you right now because I think a couple of these are really insane and really cool that I want to show you right now, and there's just so many. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, get ready. Purity of Elements aura now grants you and your nearby allies are immune to elemental ailments. You and your nearby allies have 20 to 34 elemental res instead of 12 to 27. reservation of 50 instead of 35. Then they also did Steel Skin is immune to bleeding. Tempest Shield is immune to shock. Like, what? And we already had the other one, the Ice Arctic Armor gives you immune to freeze and chill. This is really, really sick. Allied Consecrated Ground now grants 50% reduced effective curse on you while standing on it. Like, there's just so many cool things that I just need to go through it. And the specifics don't matter that much after you just know that there's so much. And it's more about what they did in the direction and the and all that's happening. And I like a lot of this. All of this is what we pretty much wanted last season, expected last season. Some of this is what we got told last season, and then, well, we knew that it just wasn't finished in time, and some of that stuff shouldn't have been put out in the last season. It should have been waited, because it wasn't done. Like, it wasn't fully complete. It was, that part was done, but not the part that makes it. Okay, so in 3.15, we changed how flasks prevent ailments and curses on you, but didn't provide enough reasonable alternatives for mitigating ailments. So now they're introducing a large number of options and improving existing options for characters to deal with ailments. So they've listed them here to break it down. Like, this is just a way to understand it, and I think this is easier than going through all the specifics. So you can pick between reservation skills that mitigate ailments, as they showed with the auras, Purity of Elements. That is insanity. Remove effects reactively with life or mana flasks. So I'll explain it because it's kind of later down. They're making it so you can have a life flask with remove shock, and it will remove shock for a duration instead of for the duration of the flask. So you can have an instant life flask that would normally remove, and then it wouldn't make you immune for a duration because it instantly is gone, the life flask. So now they're going to make it so it has a flat duration instead of the duration of the flask, so it can work with an instant life flask. They're actually buffing instant life flasks. Gain immunity at a cost through utility flasks. So you can gain immunity and it'll reduce the duration of the utility flask, or you can use improved modifiers and items in the passive skill tree to mitigate ailments and curses. So this is like getting a shield or a helmet with or a chest plate with chance to avoid elemental ailments, or that node on the nodes on the skill tree that avoid ailment. They buffed some of that stuff as you go into more detail down below. There was also a buff to synthesis implicits, and also harvest implicit, 15% from 10. That's insane. And they made it easier to do the ring corruption, which is something I want to do. And now I'll go into the... So that's the ailment. Basically, like I said, it's easier than to go into the specifics, because there's just so many cool options that it's like, wow, you don't have to go and pick which one's the best right now. Just know there's so much cool shit there's actual, like, I have 15 options and I have to weigh them now instead of only 1 or 0. So that's nice. Wow. And then so now we go into flasks. So flasks is broken down into a bunch of problems. That's a lot of problems with flasks and a lot of solutions, and it sounds great. So here we go. Many flask modifiers grant buffs during flask effect, which isn't well suited to a life or mana flask short and reactive nature. So like I said, they're adding a modifier to life and mana flasks that are impactful but brief and have a duration rather than applying during flask effect. So the example is hinder nearby enemies with reduced move speed for 4 seconds if used while not on full mana. Grants immune to hinder, and recover 40% of life over 10 seconds if not on full life. Like, these are cool. They make more sense. Grant the hinder for 17. Wow. If used while maimed. Wow. Maim. Immune to maim. Weird. Okay. That's cool. Utility flasks are usually used proactively, but the ailment protection modifiers introduced in 3.15 work by reacting to an ailment on you. This is exactly what we did. We did the instilling orb, and we made everything reactive. When we got shocked, when we got frozen, when we got bled. Replace the ailment removal modifier on utility flask with one that grants ailment immunity but lessens flask duration. So it doesn't need you to be ignited when you activate it. So it's not a reaction. It's just you have to have this up all the time. You want to be ailment immune, but then you're gonna have to keep doing it more often, so your flask is weaker overall. Yeah, it's back to the old way. Note that base durations on utility flasks have been increased to compensate. So they reduce the duration with this if you put on an ailment immunity, but then they also buff the flat utility flask duration. So we don't, well, actually, 35% at the highest tier. And they don't show us. They said see below, but I don't see the duration of the flask going up. Is that just saying overall it's 35% less if you have this mod on and with the new? I'm going to guess that, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Added new modifier to utility flask for mitigating, as well as adding more tiers that are now found. We have also added, yeah. So it doesn't show the actual like numbers, like here is 6 and now it's actually 8, but we reduced it by 35, so it's still 6. You know what I mean? But is it still 6 or is it 35% less? Okay. Utility like, so point is, I like being able to get full ailment immunity and not reacting. Way better. Utility flasks are sustainable with enough character damage and clear speed, but there aren't easy ways to sustain a utility flask for less powerful characters. They used to tell us that if your character wasn't powerful enough to do some stuff in the game, then it's your problem and your build sucks, and that you should just play a better build. That's what they used to say. Solution: add new modifiers and improve existing modifiers on flasks that affect their duration or charge gain. Add some new passive skills to help sustain flasks. Extend the base duration of utility flasks to reduce how often they need to be used. Yeah, they also go into detail later that they added a ton of mods to the base belt that not influenced, just the base belt pool of mods. So you might use it when you're pre-headhunter. So that's pretty cool. And then they give some examples here. New modifier that helps extend flask uptime, 66% charge recovery and reduced effect. Ooh. Extending utility flask duration. That's really cool. Instead of 25%. Wow, that's these. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go, dude. Oh my god. So, okay, they said see below, but it was down below. So 35% less. From 4 to 6 is 50%. And then you take 35% less of this, and that's like the same. Oh shit. God damn. 5 to 8. It's not 50%. That's only okay. And then wait, is that more? Wait, that's more. That's 60%. Okay. And then yep. These are big. Yeah, that's big. So I think they're about the same, or sometimes some of them are longer durations actually. So that's really powerful. Unique flasks are being reviewed as a result. Whoa, Dying Sun, Coruscating Elixir, and Bottle Faith. Bottle Faith reduced duration and Dying Sun reduced duration, while Coruscating actually got increased duration. Oh, it used to be 100. Problem. Even after lowering the power of many... So yeah, that was the point of seeing the numbers of... you can actually tell now that the duration's good, and then we have the old ailment immunity back, which is better because it's proactive and not reactive, and then we have the new flask orbs. Nice. Even after lowering the power of many unique flasks still outclass most magic utility flasks. In addition, the item level of flask did not matter after a certain point. Add multiple tiers to most flask modifiers at higher levels. Flasks now have much more powerful effects available. Flask modifiers that increase armor or evasion are now weaker at their first tier, as the changes to armor and evasion below make them more powerful. These changes allow us to restore some of the power that was removed from flasks in 3.15 without affecting the early mid game so much. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Not much. There's a ton here. Wow. Look at the levels, dude, and then the mods. Immune, remove a curse, immune, maim, hinder, poison. That's cool. And then I found this one really funny, because I used instilling orbs on everything, and didn't use enkindling orbs and said they were bad, and so kindling effects on flasks aren't impactful enough, and aren't bringing flasks back to the kind of power that non-permanent uptime should grant. Buff some enkindling orb effects, most notably the increased flask effect modifier. Increased duration, maximum charges, reduced charges used, increased charge recovery, and increased effect 50 to 70 from 40 to 50. Belts. So they added flask modifiers to the normal belt pool. And added more tiers, and it doesn't need to be influenced. Added more tiers to the belt modifiers that affect flasks, resulting in buffs to most modifiers, most notably life and mana recovery modifiers. So then, yeah, you could get, like, they're trying to make it so you press a life flask, and you get 1 billion regen off of some modifiers, and you're loving automated, or just in general, clicking a life flask and you're safe, and yeah. Instead of needing an instant, they're trying to... So now, instant recovery life flasks are by far the most reliable tool for survivability, so they're trying to add competition for what is currently the best, while also buffing the best. As the total life recovery from a flask is reasonable, but spread over a long period of time, keep the total life recovery from all life flasks the same, but have the amount of time for this to occur, which doubles their healing per second. This is a huge improvement to how effective non-instant life flasks are at keeping you alive in tough situations. The Blood of Kuri life flask is being reviewed as a result of these changes, and now has 35 to 50% reduced recovery rate. Because, yeah, I was thinking about this when I was reading this just now. I was like, what about Blood of the Kuri? It's answered. Okay, there are no accessible tools for a player to change their charge gain method if gaining charges on kill isn't well suited to their slower play style. Rework the survival jewels available from the Through Sacred Ground quest to let you gain charges another way while reducing the charges gained from kills. These designs are still in progress. Host Chieftain, Carnage Chieftain, Ashen Fields accent. Rangers don't have a form of life recovery that they excel at, while almost every other core character has a signature special recovery method. Add new and improve existing passive skills specializing in the recovery of charges for life and mana flasks, as well as life recovery from flasks in the Ranger section of the passive skill tree. Pathfinder added life regeneration if you used a life flask in the past 10 seconds, and mana gained on hit with attacks if you've used a mana flask. Added new passive skills in the Ranger section of the passive skill tree that increases generation of life and mana flasks, including gaining a life flask charge on hitting enemies with a short duration. Added new sources of life and mana flasks, gaining charges every 3 seconds. Gaining charges when you suppress spell damage. So, point is, I didn't care that much. That one's weird. It's related to Ranger. Okay. I guess it's interesting. But, yeah, point is, tons of cool shit being added to ailment mitigation, so we actually have tons of options. Awesome. This is exactly what we wanted last season, with new endgame to play, too. This is when we actually need it, so... That's good. We didn't really, like, it didn't matter last season. There was no new endgame to do except for the league. So this league, though, we have the new Uber stuff, and this will be really nice. And then the new Flask, too, and all the new stuff to try, and the tiering, and the fact that this stuff can be more powerful. I love it. Also, Uber Breachstones. Oh my god, dude. Alright, I'm not going to take any more of your time. This was a great fucking time. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be back with part 2 and part 3 and also the stream where we can get the wings. We can earn them together, chat. I mean, yes. Yes, we can earn these together on October 14th, 3 p.m. EST, and I'll be streaming it. And then just make sure to link your PoE account to Twitch, and then you can earn the drop, and that'll be sick. And we'll earn the dragonfly dragonfly wing. Nice. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon, my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support, and thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!